Well, I was just involved in a live broadcast, and I've got to tell you, didn't go well at all. Uh, Heaps of friends there, but I've got to find out how to operate the controls. What a mess. Um, it's been another interesting day to me. I have to tell you that one of the problems that I have in life is that I can't stand drunks, especially drunks that are alcoholic. And there's just so many of them, it's really hard to avoid them. Uh, Although I'm getting better at it, as soon as I see the behaviour, I tend to distance myself. And I've had people that I've known for years, and they've actually kept their compulsive drinking pretty much secret. And, but I can find alcoholics usually by their behaviour, not whether they drink or not. I think it's a bit of a misnomer to think that someone that drinks heavily is automatically alcoholic, because that's not the case. Alcoholics are born with a defective gene, and when they have their first drink, drug, or start gambling, their emotional growth stops. It's very normal to find people 40 to 60 years old, and they're emotionally, 12 to 17, I would think, in the large average of cases. That's when they started using, and their emotional growth flatlines. And it's soul destroying to watch them, because they clearly don't have a future as such, and their lack of critical thinking because of their lack of emotional growth stunts their decision making, and every one of them ends up in failure, emotional, financial, relationships. And I retired. I worked probably 20 years in the Salvation Army dealing with these people, and I'm just unable to do it anymore. I've got to the stage that when they get too close to me now, I'm more likely to tell them to get a six-pack and get over it. And it's so clear that their denial is so ingrained and intense with time, that even though they see the failures and that their life's a mess, and that their decisions lead them into problems, they blame everyone else. They all think if the world got in step with them, life would be just so good, because the problem's everyone else. And those of us that are not alcoholic or are emotionally mature people living productive, successful lives, we watch them in amazement, and we think, wow, I'm glad I don't wake up inside that head. I've just had to distance myself from a close friend. The person I'm thinking of at the moment, I'm not going to mention names, but she thought her husband was alcoholic, a past husband, but I think she thought all the past husbands were alcoholic, and she was the only one that was straight. The truth is, if you find a married couple and one's alcoholic, you can bet your bottom dollar the other one is as well. that's the only reason they're able to stay with each other at all, is that they support each other's habit. It's a nasty business, and the only way an alcoholic ever recovers, in my experience, is to recognise a higher power. Without that, there's no recovery, and I've rarely seen recovery after 50. I mean, I've attended a heap of suicides and divorce court hearings and property settlements, and I was a PI for a while, as well as doing the counselling work. And I've walked into a yard with a guy hanging with a rope around his neck from the apple tree in his backyard. Another mate lost his 16-year-old son, hung himself from the fan in his bedroom. And the father, thought his son was moving furniture. He was actually lashing out, kicking wardrobes and things that was making the noise. He was moving furniture. It was totally involuntary because he was dying. But heaps of them die, but I've seen some absolute miracles too, and it's the miracles that keep you going, not the failures. Talk to you again, guys. Bye.